A death mask is a likeness, typically in wax or plaster cast, of a person's face after their death, usually made by taking a cast or impression from their corpse. What a job.
Right? I think that's a part of the embalmment. Embalmment, correct me if I'm wrong, is like makeup for the dead, right? I mean, you're not...
I believe embalmment is also the preservation.
Okay.
So they pump you full of formaldehyde.
Aloe vera or something?
Aloe vera? I haven't heard that
Aloe?
one.
Aloe's good anytime. You can drink it.
In life or death.
That's very true. Yeah, you need to have even in the next life, you need to have some clear skin.
If people are coming by your casket, you want them to say, I know he's dead, but his skin?
What does he use?
What does he use? Hi. Oh, I'm so sorry about your loss. But what was his nighttime skin treatment? Hey everyone, welcome to Wiki University. I am Kyle Berseth, your professor for the day, and as always, I'm joined by WikiU's #1 student, the head of the class, Jheisson Nunez.
Ichiban student right here. How's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining once again on Wiki University. First and foremost, please like and review us on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts. And if it's your first time joining us, welcome. Class is now in session.
Awesome. Hey, great job with that, Jheisson.
Thank you. I've been practicing in the mirror every day since our last podcast.
It's not even speech class.
That's next semester.
Well, speaking of next semester, it's May.
Yes.
Spring semester is over. This is summer semester. I don't know if you've ever experienced a summer semester. Abroad or locally.
I haven't.
I never got to either, but I heard about it and it sounded fun.
Okay.
It was like all my friends taking 1 or 2 credits and then partying every night.
Summer is still priority during summer.
Exactly.
Okay.
So look, with summer semester, all goals go out the window. Every time on WikiU, we try to get from one topic to another topic in a single episode. It's summer, baby. We're just having fun.
Let's loosen up.
Yeah, we're going to start with one topic, bounce around, no goals.
No goals.
And if we learn anything, it's a win.
I came into this school with no goals, so I'm right at home.
Oh, yeah. I'm a little surprised you're still here.
Well, I'm here because of this topic.
Okay, why don't you introduce the topic?
I'll introduce it, and I'll let you handle the pronunciation.
Okay, I am the professor.
You're known on this podcast for enunciating on any language.
Yes, I would say foreign languages are really in my wheelhouse. That's maybe what I do best at.
Now, are you doing it correctly? That's up to the audience to decide, but you enunciate nonetheless, and that's more than I can say. I tend to slur here and there.
You slurred right there. Not even right here and there, right there.
That's so true. Look at that. Okay, well, my topic, our topic, I should say.
Yeah.
For today, I kind of found it out through diving into Wiki. I found out that the person's face of the CPR doll, is actually
staying alive.
Staying alive, exactly.
If
staying
you
alive.
right,
is that still true? Is that still like?
I think that's I think that's what you do. But if you were like gasping for air, choking, are you always passed out during CPR, or can you be like eyes open while getting CPR?
Yeah. So you're saying you would get mad if you heard somebody like turn on, like they have to hear it,
or even if they're singing, if they're scrolling through a Spotify playlist to find the Bee Gees, I would be a little upset.
Right.
I think.
So one, like they can't do it from their memory. For some reason, they can't tap into that beat by brain. So they go into Spotify, play it on the first. They have to sync it up. They have to.
Is it 4/4 time or is it 8/8 time?
They have to make sure the Bluetooth is connected.
They need to get 2 other people doing harmony.
So with my little research, I found out that there's a face was for the doll was based on an actual person, or at least an actual thing that happened. There was some incident. I guess back in the day they used to have death masks. Did you know this? I didn't know this either.
What's a death mask?
I believe it's just kind of like you're dead, so they're gonna put a mask on you. Like
so like at the funeral or something?
Possibly.
Maybe?
I think we're gonna find out.
Okay, all right.
Long story short, this death mask of a certain young lady became popular amongst like artists, and they started like making copies and putting on their walls. And then at some point, medical professionals said, this is the right face that you want to make out with and try to keep alive.
Okay,
and then they started mass producing all these CPR.
This is the standard face.
And she has a name, I believe, and it's the same name. Like the CPR doll has a name as well.
Oh, okay.
Which is somehow tied to...
I have a funny feeling like medical professionals that own a CPR doll give them their own specific names. Like, this is Carl. Like, they'll have them in the passenger seat or riding in the back seat when they have... Let me just move Carl so you can sit up front.
Oh, like, so they take it with them, like, everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in training, don't you have to have your doll with you?
That's true. Okay, so you saying this medical professionalist will put the doll like on the front seat. He won't put it in the trunk. He's gonna put the seatbelt on the doll.
You gotta put the seatbelt on, otherwise the freaking alarm goes off for the first 5 minutes of driving.
Oh, I was gonna say hit that HOV.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Speaking of which, I want to meet the professional who's got like more than one doll. Like, what are you doing with more than one doll?
Well, maybe they train the class and people forget their dolls. You bring an extra doll. All right, so let's dive in here.
Let's do it.
The topic that you refuse to pronounce.
I can give it before. You want me to give it a shot?
You can.
I'll give it a shot.
All right.
Okay. L'inconnu de la Seine.
Okay, yeah, I think that's pretty spot on.
I said de Lincoln. No,
you said
L'inconnu.
You said Lincoln Canoe de la Seine.
Well, yeah.
That's a pretty good way to sound. Lincoln Canoe de la Seine. The Seine is a river in Paris, so you might canoe on it.
Okay.
Maybe that's how this lady died.
On the river.
Her canoe tipped on the Seine. Yeah. L'inconnu de la Seine. Canoe de la Seine.
Scene. I can pronounce
and
that.
Scene. Okay, also known as, the way we'll be pronouncing it, the unknown woman of the Seine.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, sounds like a art movement in the 60s, like Andy Warhol would have been inspired by her, like the unknown woman of the Seine.
I mean, I feel like that portrait that we see of her, yeah, I can totally see him like doing the
pop
like
art.
A Campbell suit. Yep, different colors.
Covering her in soup. That's what Andy Warhol was known for. Pouring cans of soup on models.
What do they call it? Is it alphabet soup? You just see a couple letters on her forehead.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? That's Campbell's soup, right? They do alphabet soup?
You know, Campbell's has their soup fingers in all the soups. So, but yeah, I think they do alphabet soup. Or is it the Chef Boyardee?
Oh, are they the OG? But aren't they like ravioli? They're not soup.
I mean, they're all forms of pasta. So if you got alphabet soup now,
yeah, now.
What time? When are you talking? I think Chef Boyardee is.
I just feel like Chef Boyardee was in the like Italian food game.
No,
and then you start throwing in.
No, I'll say
is alphabet soup Italian?
I'll say the white trash Italian food game.
Is it
maybe.
gabagoo soup?
I get. Whoa, what?
Gabagoo. Is it gabagoo soup?
Gabagoo soup. Well, the funny thing about Chef Boyardee is they did SpaghettiOs, so it was one part of the alphabet, but they held down one key.
It was actually a zero.
They were like, look, we can't print all these letters. Just do oh. And that's SpaghettiOs. That's how SpaghettiOs got made.
Funded, yeah.
Okay. L'inconnu de la Seine, also known as the unknown woman of the Seine, was an unidentified young woman whose putative death mask became a popular fixture on the walls of artists' homes after 1900. Her what's that word? Visage?
Vagina?
No.
Vagina.
Her visage inspired numerous literary works. In the United States, the mask is also known as La Belle italienne.
I'm guessing visage means like her
Face?
or like either like her attributes or that outline or that shape or that silhouette, whatever it may be.
I think that face. Okay, let's go to death mask real quick.
Okay.
Since we already started asking questions about it. A death mask is a likeness, typically in wax or plaster cast, of a person's face after their death, usually made by taking a cast or impression from their corpse. What a job.
Right? I think that's a part of the embalmment.
Not anymore that
Well,
I
not
know
anymore,
of,
but I'm guessing in that time, right?
Well, it does say after their death. You don't want like a...
After their death, right? Embalmment is after
the
their
skin
death.
still needs to be on there.
Can you get embalmed pre?
Well, you could get a death mask made. You could get a cast made before you die.
Embalmment, correct me if I'm wrong, is like makeup for the dead, right? I mean, you're not...
I believe embalmment is also the preservation.
Okay.
So they pump you full of
Like
formaldehyde.
aloe vera or something.
Aloe vera? I haven't heard that
Aloe?
one.
Aloe's good anytime. You can drink it.
In life or death.
That's very true.
Hey, again, Carl, I know you're dead, but this is going to really make you shine. They're like rubbing it on his cheeks.
Yeah, you need to have even in the next life, you need to have some clear skin.
If people are coming by your casket, you want them to say, I know he's dead, but his skin?
What does he use?
What does he use? Hi. Oh, I'm so sorry about your loss. But what was his nighttime skin treatment?
Or do you think like embalmment people or whatever you want? What do you call them?
Embalmed people? Dead people?
Well, no. The people who do the embalmments.
That is
Emballers.
Funeral.
So emballers. Okay. Do you ever?
Emballers? You just made up
Yeah.
a
No.
word.
Do you think you haven't seen HBO's Emballers?
No.
Starring
starring The
Dwayne
Rock.
Johnson. Yeah. Dude, it's crazy. So no. But I'm saying like, what if emballers, like they would, you know how like comedians after a good set they stay on the side to just try to get that like. Oh, good job. Oh, good job. You know, so do you think like emballers like stand next to like a really good body?
Yeah, or in
job?
the back.
Right. And just like, they're just like posted up right there and they just want to hear like the good comments. Like, wow, this embalmment was incredible. Like, how does looks better than I do when I'm alive.
I'm sure the makeup is amazing.
And also, how easy would it be to transition from
man to a woman? It's a long process, actually.
From hair and makeup to like an emballer.
Oh.
Because that's a show right there.
That is a show.
Somebody
I feel like I have
based
seen
in
that
LA,
on a show recently.
There's a hair and makeup artist, okay, and she's transitioning into an emballer.
Wait, no, I know what that is. We talked about it on a recent episode, and I started watching the movie, and I fell asleep. My Girl. That's the beginning of My Girl.
Because they own a funeral home.
Right, and I don't know who again, I fell asleep, but the main lady shows up, and I've never seen My Girl. I know the bee sting
There's
part.
a lady in My Girl?
At the beginning of My Girl, some lady shows up. This is like the inciting incident.
Okay.
And she's like, I used to work at a hair salon or something. And they're like,
now I'm an emballer.
Yeah, she becomes an emballer.
That's like, we got to rewatch this clip.
Maybe the whole movie.
We'll start off with the clip.
I did fall asleep. Well, either way.
Nuts. Okay. So just a little bit more about her and maybe we move on.
We're on the death mask.
I want to go on the CPR stuff.
Okay. The main
we don't have to get no rules. Again, no rules.
No rules.
Low pressure.
We're not learning anything. The main purpose of the death mask from the Middle Ages until the 19th century was to serve as a model for sculptors in creating statues and busts of the deceased person. Not until the 1800s did such masks become valued for themselves. Okay, so it was just like creating a legacy for a person. And I get,
especially back then.
Yeah,
you know?
we need another Caesar bust. It tipped over. Can you get the death mask out? Okay, so we're back on the unknown woman of the scene. So you want to go down to CPR doll, or do you want to start at history? Let's find out
history. Yeah.
When they dragged her out of the river.
Yes. When did someone see that face and say, you know what, that's art?
Oh,
right. Because somebody had to take that step of like, okay, this is a dead human being. think it's been long enough.
I wonder what her skin routine was, because she's in the river. Or does the river preserve a body much like it preserves wood? Have you ever seen those people that like dive down in deep lakes and they'll pull
deep sea divers? Yeah.
Yes, but they also are loggers because they pull old timber out of the lakes.
But
and
it's so
like,
wet. What are you gonna do with wet wood?
No, it preserves it.
What preserves it?
The water preserves the wood, and they pull it out, and it's like timber you can't find anymore because we've cut all the timber down. So this is like 1,000-year-old timber.
Okay.
Maybe that's what happened to the lady of the Seine.
You're saying that underneath all this water, all this river, there's timberland. just saying. Just that you said it.
I was trying to think of a Timberland song, but I could think of the kind of a Nelly Furtado.
I was just thinking that too, and then
could not think.
But that's
of
all
it.
this is. He produces. He does a lot of.
Yeah, he does some Timberland.
Any Missy Elliott song, I'm sure he did back in the day.
Okay, according to an oft-repeated story, the body of the young woman was pulled out of the river Seine at Quai de Louvre in Paris around the late 1800s. Since the body showed no signs of violence, suicide was suspected. She is a lady of the Seine. She's like a pixie dream girl. A pathologist at the Paris morgue was, according to the story, so taken by her beauty. To be taken by her beauty?
Right? I feel
it's like settle down a little bit.
I'm guessing he probably wasn't the first one that took him. This probably just took him the most.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like,
we need to preserve this. And he was also,
I'll preserve it. I'll keep it. Don't worry.
It's funny.
I'll hold on to it.
That it became the CPR doll. But, he was also like, I want to make this into a doll for posterity's sake.
Now he sells it on adamandeve.com. Exactly. Who, by the way, is a sponsor. So type in wiki.
Yeah, if you're on Adam and Eve, type in WikiU. I bet it'll get you somewhere. So anyway, he was taken by her beauty, and he felt compelled to make a wax plaster cast death mask of her face. It has been questioned whether the expression of the face could belong to a drowned person.
Oh, so they're saying like, how could she have a happy death? If she was drowned, how could she be so calm?
Well, I don't know what the face of a drowned person looks like, so
but
maybe there's a typical...
Hers. Aren't we looking at hers? Apparently she drowned, right?
Well, it's been questioned whether the expression of the face... I assume the face of a drowned person looks like this.
Right. That's what I...
Based on TV.
And that's exactly I would have thought that I'm looking at, but no, you see this very calm...
almost Mona Lisa-like.
Very much so. How astute of you. I don't know if you read it already, but I did. I think I read it a while ago. One of my favorite authors, Albert Camus. Camus, said that about this. She's like, it reminds me of the Mona Lisa.
Because it's a slight smile, and it's kind of, I think it might be just because she has dimples. I don't know.
Meaning it looks like a slight smile because of the dimple?
Yeah. Some people have a natural smile. Oh, there you go. Look at that. In the following years, numerous copies were produced. The copies quickly became a fashionable, albeit morbid, fixture in Parisian bohemian society. So she was a lady of the scene. Different scene, art scene. Albert Camus and others compared her enigmatic smile to that of the Mona Lisa, evoking much speculation as to what clues the seemingly happy expression perceived as eerily serene on her face could offer about her life, her death, and her place in society. They might be looking into it
too much.
Yeah, a little bit too much. They're too into the art scene.
Yeah, Camus, relax.
Interpret everything. Okay, let's move on.
I know,
Jheisson.
and also we don't even see eyes. Like usually when you look at a person, you can see everything through their eyes.
Oh yeah,
that's usually the window, correct?
The window into the back of the skull.
Yes. That's the door, the back door.
Okay, let's go down to the CPR doll and then move on.
Great.
because, summer session, we got to get going here.
Let's go do it. CPR Susie over here.
The face of the unknown woman was used for the head of the first aid mannequin, Resusi Ann. That's the name of the first aid mannequin?
That's right, Resusi, because they're like resuscitate.
Interesting.
Humor is not their forte. The medical industry.
They were like, hey, we got people to save. Let's just name this thing. It was created by Peter Safer and Asmud, some dude Asmud, in 1958 and was used starting in 1960 in numerous CPR courses. For this reason, the face has been called the most kissed face of all time. Well, you're not supposed to kiss the face. You're doing the CPR wrong.
Yeah. The face who's had the most tongues in it.
They're like, I got to interrupt you here. This is very common, but you got to put your tongue in your own mouth. Slide it back in.
Yeah, I haven't taken a CPR class, but you're supposed to ask them, tongue or no tongue,
You got to get consent. Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless of the condition that they're in.
Right.
Okay, so let's move on, Jheisson. I see. Oh, Man Ray.
Old Man Ray?
Man Ray was a kind of a dirtbag of the LA art scene. We could talk about him, and he's suspected to be maybe with some diabolical stuff in LA.
Is that right? What kind of diabolical stuff? I mean, is he starting fires out there? Or
Maybe
is he doing some
murder.
trafficking?
Maybe some murder. Maybe some rape. Maybe we don't go to Man Ray. Maybe we should go to something more lighthearted. It's summer.
Summer's here.
Yeah, let me know if you see something. Tuberculosis. That could be fun. Don't know anything about that. Greta Garbo.
You don't know anything about tuberculosis?
Not really. I think
you don't even know what would happen if you got it?
No, I actually don't. I think it's a breathing thing, right?
Yeah, amongst other things. I Googled it because I...
Do I have? And then Google was like, tuberculosis? Yeah, it was right below COVID.
No, I Googled is what's it called? Oh wait, no, I'm getting
TB.
I'm getting tetanus and tuberculosis mixed up.
Let's go to tetanus.
Let's go to tetanus.
All right.
Because I looked up tetanus because I was like, is getting your tetanus shot worth it? And Google was like, it's really up to you, but if you don't and this happens, it's like, oh, I don't want that to happen to me at all. I don't want my back to break and spit out my own guts. It's basically like the VX poison gas from The Rock, basically.
Oh, Jheisson, we can't bring up VX poison gas on every episode.
Well, I'm going to try. But it's summer, baby.
I said I don't know anything about tuberculosis. I'm embarrassed as the professor because a number of episodes back, we learned about Doc Holliday, who had tuberculosis.
TB, the original TB.
And I think we even read about TB on that episode. But we're on tetanus now, baby. Oh, also known as lockjaw. I didn't know tetanus and lockjaw were the same thing.
My face looked exactly like yours when I was reading up on that. I was
Your jaw locks when you find out.
Yeah.
Is a bacterial infection caused by some Latin word and is characterized by muscle spasms. In the most...
You know how much I care about my muscles.
I do know that you care quite a bit about your muscles. Yeah.
I can't have them be spazzing out.
Oh, you don't want spasms.
No.
Unless you're in the gym.
Yeah.
Then the spasms got to go to work. In the most common type, the spasms begin in the jaw and then progress to the rest of the body. Each spasm usually lasts a few minutes. Spasms occur frequently for 3 to 4 weeks.
And then the picture that they show of a spasm, it's a guy like his back is to the floor, but he's shaped like a triangle.
It's like a bad yoga position. It's like a beginner trying to do a yoga position at the advanced level.
It's almost like he's doing, and for yogis out there, he's basically doing an outward dog. So think about that.
Oh, an upside down, downward dog. An outward dog?
Yeah, an outward dog.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's already hard enough doing a regular downward dog, okay? I've tried it, but to do an outward dog, I can't even, no.
But can I say, this dude is jacked. I mean, he's got muscles to spaz,
does
for
yoga.
sure. Okay, some spasms may be severe enough to fracture bones. Other symptoms of tetanus may include fever, sweating, headache, trouble swallowing, high blood pressure, and a fast heart rate. Onset of symptoms is typically 3 to 21 days following infection. Recovery may take months.
But you could die, though, right?
About 10% of cases prove to be fatal.
And even if you don't die, there's still a chance of you breaking your own back.
Oh, my God. So it can go in the spine? Let's go to cause.
I thought that's where like it lived. I thought it was okay. So I did a little studying.
Oh boy, Jheisson.
Because I was afraid of getting tetanus.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, let's see what causes it. So apparently, you know how a lot of people are like, oh, rusty nail.
Step on a rusty nail.
Oh,
Classic.
no, I got to go get my tetanus shot, or just, oh, thank God I got my tetanus shot. Okay, so it turns out it's not the rusty nail that...
Which, can I just say, that sounds like, it's summer. That sounds like...
You mean the drink?
A bar at the beach.
Yeah, I'll have 2 rusty nails, please.
No, you go to the rusty nail and drink some rusty nails.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. And those rusty nails won't give you tetanus either. But the thing is, the rusted nail does not give you tetanus. It's the open wound getting infected with any sort of bacteria. Now, chances are greater because there's already rust in a nail.
Okay.
Right? So there's already bacteria on there. So that's why they're like, oh, it's a rusty nail. Got to make sure I have my tetanus shot, or if I don't, go get it. But really, it could be like you can have any cut. You can have any cut. It could be a piece of plastic. And you're outside, you're working, you're in construction, you're doing all this shit.
Hey, don't stop scaring me, Jheisson. I'm doing a lot of work with my hands. I'm always getting cut.
Well, if you just get it dirty enough and it becomes infected, it could become like tetanus. Now, let's see if I'm at least a little bit correct.
Here's the cause.
That was my research.
Tetanus is, like I said, it's caused by some Latin science bacteria thing. Tetanus is
caused by Latinos.
Whoa. Crazy if true. I can't read any of these words. Endospores can be introduced into the body through a puncture wound.
Endospores. Na 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 na.
Endospores.
Na 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 na. I forget the name of it. What is that song?
I don't know, but that's what doctors sing before you're about to get your tetanus shot. They distract the kids with that. Yeah. Endospores. And then they jab you with the other hand.
Ow, ow. Yeah.
Endospores can be introduced into the body through a puncture wound due to C. tetanus being an anaerobic bacterium. It and its endospores thrive in environments that lack oxygen, such as a puncture wound. With the changes in oxygen levels, the drumstick-shaped endospore can result in quick spread. It is more common in hot, damp climates with soil rich in organic matter. Manure-treated soils may contain spores as they are widely distributed in the intestines and feces of many animals such as horses, sheep, cat, farm animals. You get it.
Manure.
In agricultural areas, a significant number of human adults may harbor the organism. This also sounds like, what's the thing that everyone in the South has? And they get it in their feet.
Shingles.
No.
They get in their foot?
They get in,
feet?
It's like hookworm or something, and it makes people
hookworm
like
and
super hookworm and sinker. But it causes people to be super lethargic. I think this is like more a bacteria that gets into people's feet because they're walking around barefoot.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it just chills in your body. Tetanus is often associated with rust, especially rusty nails, although rust itself does not cause tetanus. Objects that accumulate rust are often found outdoors or in places that harbor anaerobic bacteria. Additionally, the rough surface of rusty metal provides crevices for dirt containing tetanus, while a nail affords a means to puncture skin and deliver endospores deep within the body at the site of the wound. Okay, so it's more where you find rusty nails.
What do you mean? Meaning,
like
where?
in agricultural areas, or
Right.
like an old barn might have a bunch of rusty nails around, and you're walking around barefoot in a field picking up hookworm. Meanwhile, you also get tetanus.
Yeah.
You're already feeling slow, and then you start spazzing left and right.
In the middle of yoga class too, so nobody notices. They just think you're like an advanced
Bad at yoga or special
or
needs.
super advanced.
Yeah.
You can't tell.
They start
yoga?
cheering you on. You're doing great. Oh, help me.
Meanwhile, they're spitting out their guts.
Okay, so should we move on here?
Maybe that's why the guy had such a good bod. He's like spitting out his guts all the time.
Not only that, if you're spasming, you are constantly flexing your muscles. Have you ever seen the commercial for the Aloha chair?
No.
Or Hawaiian chair, maybe it's called. So it was like one of those as seen on TV workout things,
Okay.
right? But it's an office chair that you work at your desk at, and it does this the whole time. So you're like
burning
trying
calories?
to work at your desk, moving your mouse, just a normal day working on Excel, and the whole time you're supposed to be working your core
Right.
on this chair.
Of course.
I mean,
that's such an annoying product. I hate seeing those dumbass products.
but hey, it gets you spasming.
Gets you
It
spasming
gets you
out.
flexing.
It gets you ready for when you do have tetanus. You've already kind of stretched out those muscles.
Yeah.
And also, he looks tight because again, he's getting bent like stomach out. Like when you're stretching,
yeah,
everyone looks best when they're like stretching outward.
Stretched out for sure.
Everyone looks better stretched out.
Okay, where should we go next, Jheisson? What do you think?
Let's see. What's tetanus or what are there? There's no cure.
There's no cure? Really?
I don't think there is. There's a vaccine's not a cure, right? A vaccine is
preventative. Let's see. Mild cases of tetanus can be treated with tetanus immunoglobulin, antibiotic therapy. Benzodiazepines can be used to control muscle spasms. Yeah, severe tetanus will require admission to intensive care. Human tetanus. Anyway, let's move on. Okay.
So at the time, I didn't have insurance either, so I'm just like, a free shot.
Oh, it's free.
It was free. That's another thing I didn't know. Tetanus shots are free out there, guys.
Where?
At your local pharmacy. I got it in a little small town in Texas. They had a CVS.
I think we should take a moment to do a PSA, Jheisson.
Yeah.
You guys can walk into any Walgreens, any CVS,
any of them,
and say, give me the WikiU tetanus shot.
Or give me death.
Or give me death.
Go in there, no masks, yell that out loud, and someone will come find you.
I need my WikiU tetanus shot now.
But yeah, so that's another thing where I was just kind of weighed out the options of just like, oh, you mean I could be in intensive care for a while?
Yeah.
Or just take this free shot.
Yeah. Exactly.
Shots.
That's the other song they sing.
Everybody. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Oh, Texas, big fan of Mr. International.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say vaccines. I was like, I don't know that to be true.
No, actually, they love the vaccine, the tetanus vaccine. They're all on board with the tetanus vaccine.
Per capita, I've heard that Texas has the most rusty nails.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, that's exactly what happened to me. I was in Texas. It happened in Texas.
Okay, so where do you want to go next, Jheisson?
Let's see what's in here.
Oh, I see strychnine. That was the rat poison that Tom Simpson was taking during the Tour de France. He died.
Wait, why was he taking it?
I think he was microdosing that and cocaine, and it helps like keep you awake, or it helps numb the pain.
Does it help you bike?
Maybe.
He's a cyclist,
probably
right?
by numbing the pain. He was a cyclist.
Okay.
We studied him in like episode 10 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we could go to intravenous therapy. We could go to Uganda. Do you want to go to Uganda? That's, we're getting off of the sicknesses and going to a whole country.
Let's go to Uganda. It's probably the only people you can't be at a race.
Uganda, officially the Republic of Uganda, is a landlocked country in East Africa. The country is bordered to the east by Kenya, to the north by South Sudan, to the west by blah, blah, blah. It's in Africa. What do you want to know about Uganda?
What Olympic non-running Olympic sports are they in?
Like,
are there any
I'm gonna go down
wild ones?
to culture and sport. Football is the national sport of Uganda. The Uganda national football team, nicknamed the Cranes, is controlled by the Federation of Uganda Football Associations, the FUFA. They have never qualified for the FIFA World Cup finals. Their best finish in the African Cup of Nations was second in 1978. As of 2020, Uganda at the Olympics has won a total of 2 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze medals, 4 of which were in boxing and 3 in athletics. Uganda at the Commonwealth...
Boxing gold medals? That's legit.
4 of which were in boxing, so I don't know if it was the gold in boxing or what.
But medals nonetheless, yeah.
This is a legit nickname for their boxing team. The Uganda national boxing team is called the Bombers.
Nice.
They have won 4 medals at the Summer Olympics from 1968 to 1980.
What are their colors? What are their
the national the flag colors? Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna say yellow, black, and red. There's their flag. They got what appears to be probably a crane. Yeah, they got a crane in the center.
Those are some legit colors to have on some athletic wear.
Yeah,
that's cool.
They're bold for sure.
Yeah,
I like that. And then the cinema, the Ugandan film industry is relatively young. It is developing quickly, but still faces an assortment of challenges. There has been support for the industry as seen in the proliferation of film festivals, blah, blah, blah. However, filmmakers struggle against the competing markets from other countries on the continent, such as those in Nigeria and South Africa, in addition to the big budget films from Hollywood. That's about all I know about Uganda. And we got to wrap up here, Jheisson. We're trying to go see a film ourselves.
Now I kind of want a Uganda bomber jacket. But the crane is on the flag too, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
One last pop, if you can pop it up. What is significant about the crane in Uganda?
All right, let's find
leave
out.
With that.
That's a good question. Gosh, your thirst for knowledge is almost overwhelming, Jheisson. The flag of Uganda was adopted in 1962. It consists of 6 equal horizontal bands of black, yellow, red, black, yellow, and red. A white disc is superimposed at the center and depicts the national symbol, a gray-crowned crane facing the hoist side. The 3 colors are representative of native ethnic groups of Africa, black, Africa's sunshine, yellow, and African brotherhood, red being the color of blood, through which all Africans are connected. The gray-crowned crane is fabled for its gentle nature and was also the military badge of Ugandan soldiers during British rule. The raised leg of the crane symbolizes the forward movement of the country. And that's it. That's the crane. That's their flag.
That's cool.
And that's this episode of WikiU.
Great episode, Teach. Now, guys, please don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And first and lastly, thank you for joining us.
Oh, I was going to say follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Wiki University. And thank you for joining us lastly. Bye.
If you got the time, go ahead and do it.
All right.
Later,
See
guys.
ya.